Welcome to the 9-9 transmission. Woohoo! So just going to give everyone a moment to jump on the call. And yeah, here we are. We've got lovely Liam just coming in and
providing a little bit of light.
providing a bit more light.
Which, that's what we're all here to do.
That's right. Oh, there we go. What a... Oh, do you know what I need? On the table there's a white envelope and I've got a few things. Could you get it for me?
Yeah.
So we'll just wait for everyone to jump on the call. We've got 10 people, so say hello when you arrive, and just got to make sure if there's any moderators working. Oh God. Then please accept people in the group. I'm just gonna. It's got 43 people. Say hi. Who's there? Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, lovely. So I was going to also, Liam, let's just check and see if anyone's any new members trying to get into the group. Hi guys.
Texas.
Hi from Texas.
Okay.
Ah.
Not the most sacred thing to be holding during a transmission. They are sacred though, actually. iPhones, even iPhones.
Even iPhones are sexy.
No, well, I was on about sacred.
Sacred. Oh, so I've associated sacredness and sexiness, guys. That must be.
It's because sex is the most sacred of all.
It is the most sacred of all, isn't it? Right, so we've got 120 people. That is absolutely amazing. So, okay, I've just got to show Liam quickly how to do it. Look, here you go. Look, just go to member requests, and then just let everyone in. Just accept all of them. So, wow, intense energies, isn't it, everyone? And we've really noticed a shift. And we got a message from Jodie earlier, and she said that she also really noticed a shift. So we noticed a shift about 2 days ago, and suddenly, like, really amazing things started happening for us, like really amazing things. And it was just like the energy shifted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a massive couple of days, hasn't it?
It's been a massive couple of days. So just kind of getting that feeling that everyone's having that experience, like just the energy shifting. It might not suddenly be absolutely amazing. It's just different. Something's happening at the moment, and it's to do with this 9-9 energy. We're working with all these completion codes, and so I really feel that this is what is going on, and we've all been like building up to this, and so many divine feminines have have been doing such incredible preparation for their divine unions, and so much of the energy of the 9-9 completion is around sort of like preparing the soil for those divine unions that are going to be manifesting within this particular time frame, especially up to equinox, and just after equinox. There's going to be a lot of highly ordained spiritual unions coming into the physical realm. And so the work that we're doing in the transmission is really deeply supporting everyone that is calling in their beloved, because it's so important for the planet that these divine sacred unions are anchored, and that we're in this vibration of devotion towards each other, and protection and love and service towards each other. And it's very important for the ascension. So never ever underestimate how important it is to manifest this divine union, because this is the medicine, this is the equilibrium medicine that Gaia needs in order to come into balance. She needs the perfect balance of the masculine and feminine energies unified in balance, and that will then emit those codes and frequencies to Mother Gaia so that she can come into her equilibrium and balance. So that's like kind of like the overriding intention of the transmission, is to support in this next wave of unions. And so in that, we're going to be working with our pineal glands, and our pineal glands are calling for an upgrade at the moment, because there's been a lot of heavy duty targeting going on massively towards the pineal gland, and And so the work that we do in the transmissions, we are creating the etheric blueprint for the entire collective. So and we're just kind of like acting as the sort of the 100 monkeys that are having this experience, which is then going to flip the entire collective. So it's such powerful work, brothers and sisters, and so sound only on left headphone.
I'm so it's going to be in a second.
No sound, no sound.
There is sound.
Well, no, they're saying no sound, love.
Just on the left.
Okay, guys, hello. So we're just waiting. Liam's just sorting out another microphone, guys, and please feed back to us that if you can hear us, because obviously we don't know. Please. Hi, Liam. I think some folks are asking for the Facebook link. Okay.
There we go. We got sound on both sides now.
Okay, Jodie, could you please give me the thumbs up whether you can hear us well? Sound is good here in Canada. Brilliant. Amazing. I have sound. So let those people in the group, honey bunny. Oh, Patrick, we've got Patrick here.
Patrick.
Yes.
God, what would we do without you, Patrick?
I don't think you'd have incarnated without Patrick.
Not a chance.
Okay. So, great sound now. Oh, that's so cool, hon. We've got it. We've cracked it. It's been a bit of a mission getting this this sound situation happening. So it's very, very exciting, brothers and sisters. And thank you so much for hearing the call to show up for this powerful work. And for all of us, taking part in the transmissions massively accelerates our evolutionary trajectory, because we're working with each other and we're empowering the master codes within each other. It's very, very powerful, much more powerful than doing this work like solo individually. Not to undermine that, I mean, I've done all my work pretty much solo and individually. It just takes a lot more time. When we're working in big, massive groups, we're all impacting each other and we're accelerating the timeline jump as we're all working concurrently with the same intention. I hope that makes sense. So well done for hearing the call to take part in this amazing global ceremony, and we are so privileged to hold this position as facilitator, and I'm so privileged to have Liam by my side. And a lot of people say, oh well, why doesn't Liam like talk in the transmissions? And the reason is because this is like my gig. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and me and Liam have been together a year. So I've invited him to come and hold space as the divine masculine. He is really, really holding space for me, and he's holding space for all of us. And he's like an anchor, he's like a pillar. And that's what the energy of the divine masculine is very much about, bringing the sacred into the material. And so Liam's presence here, as an awakened divine feminine, I'm accessing very, very high vibrational codes. But having my divine masculine here, it means that those very high vibrational codes are able to seamlessly anchor into the earthly plane. So he has a very, very important role. But his role isn't to be the guide and leader. His role is to hold space. So if everyone could just really honour that and respect that, that would be wonderful.
I think they do.
They do get the odd comment. Why doesn't Liam say anything? Why doesn't I would have to? And it's like, well, because it's me who's guiding the meditation. That's why. So, will more people find their spiritual group like you have with Magenta, etc.? Yeah, definitely, love. Liam is a leader for all DMs.
I've seen that. Thank
from
you very
Buttercup.
much, Buttercup.
Love Liam. Buttercup says she loves you.
I love you too, Buttercup. I really do. Wilder than Jen, somehow.
Liam grounds it. No. Buttercup says that you ground it.
Ooh.
Liam grounds it through you. Holding space is, it is so important. So I'm just going to check in with Liam. How's it all going on the membership front? Just accept them all.
I've
just
approved everyone,
yeah.
but there's still some people saying.
Okay, if we've got any moderators.
I'm trying to pin the post.
Oh yeah, we're going to pin the post. Can you do that, hon?
Trying.
Yeah, so because we've got a lot of new people joining us, you're going to have to be a little bit patient with us, brothers and sisters, because we have to pin this to the top of the page. Can you not find it? Oh, golly.
No, can we not just do on that?
So we're just going to...
that could be so much easier. Oh, yeah.
On the... So yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and we're being called to do this huge work for the for the first responders, and a lot of information. Marker's announcement. Sorry, hon. So yeah, Marker's announcement, and then it will say pin to the top. Pin to the top. There we go. I don't know if you've heard, beloveds, but there's a lot of information that's coming out, except them, about what's going on in Melbourne at the moment, and I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying that there is a heavy duty stench of dead bodies and death and decay in Melbourne, and a lot of, you should check out my page. There's a really, really interesting thread about what's going on in Melbourne at the moment, and a lot of people are saying, stay on this page, a lot of people are saying, like, this will wake up the sleepers. Like, that smell, surely that smell is gonna, like, make people question, like, what on God's earth is actually going on, you know? So we know there are massive things going on with the rescuing of the children, and we're being called to work with the higher self of the first responders, because what they are being exposed to and what they are having to experience, like, I do not have the wherewithal to cope with what they are experiencing. It is beyond our comprehension how much they're going to have to process. And so we as a collective need to get behind all of our first responders, and we need to support them. We need to send them, we need to blast them with God's love. We need to blast them with as much angelic support as is possible, so that they have the power and the strength of their soul to know that they can do this. You know? And because they signed up for it. They did sign up for it. When Mother, Father, God put the call out for the first responders, those brothers and sisters put their hands up. It makes me really emotional, actually. But they put their hands up and they said, I'll do it, God, I'll do it. But we can't abandon them. We mustn't abandon them. We're all one human family, and we're all part of this. And so we're going to be working a lot with sending this massively deep angelic support to our brothers and sisters who are the first responders. So yeah, yes, I'm on the front line, first responder, been down there. Oh my God, Lisa Face says she's been down there. Oh honey, Lisa, can you contact me actually? I'd like to speak to you about that. She's on the so Lisa's a frontliner. Oh gosh, I love you guys. First responders, I'm in. Thank you. I'm here in Massachusetts, holding space for the children. You remind me so much of my DM. Oh, that's nice. You can find it in the notifications. Okay. So important to hold the space and support them. Yeah, that's right. So now we've got an overview of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with the landmass of Australia, Uluru. Mm-hmm. Uluru. We're going to be working with the energy of Uluru, Ayers Rock. This is very, it's almost like the umbilical, I believe it is the umbilical cord, the umbilical connection of the earth. So this is how Gaia connects to our creator, is through Ayers Rock. So this is a very, very core foundational place within our grid that we're going to be working, that's going to accelerate all of these codes that we're sending out into the collective. So, and also we're going to be working with sending some very, very good energy to Melbourne. Our brothers and sisters in Melbourne need a lot of support at the moment. And just the whole situation in Australia definitely needs a lot of angelic support. So we will be addressing that as well. Are we working on opening the box? I'm not sure what that means. What box? What box?
Sounds cool.
Does that sound cool?
Probably.
Hello, Christine, darling.
In your own way, Jill.
Yeah, right. I don't know. What box? I'm not sure what box you mean. Right, I think we're ready to go in, honey bunny.
Oh my God.
Okay, so what I'd like to say is, if this is your very, very first ceremony, I'm going to guide you on a very, very deep meditation, and we're going to be accessing codes that are connected to the super consciousness, to your own subconscious. And so when those codes start being expressed and emanated, it can knock you out like that, and suddenly you can just be sitting up and you can just fall asleep, or you can be lying down and you can just be like taken out. So that, as a facilitator, I'm cool with that, but a lot of people feel a bit sad. They're like, oh, I missed that. I wish I missed that. So if you want to actually, you know, be part of the journey, sit up with me and Liam, hold space and actually like stay present through the journey. But know that if you lie down, you probably 95% will get knocked out. Please don't comment while the transmission is taking place, because it creates like a leak in the container. We're building up this energy at the moment, and in fact comments really should be turned off during the transmission, but we're creating a container, and so not yet when we start, but yeah. So basically, every time someone comments of like, oh, you know, oh, Jen's frozen, why can't I hear her? It will be to do with your connection. We've got like full power Wi-Fi. We're right next to the router. We're in England. We've got like amazing internet. Everything's good our end. So if you have any issues with the broadcast, with the recording, then you need to change your browser, or you need to change your device, or you need to refresh your page. That's the only thing that anyone can say to you. Like, or it could be that you're not meant to do it now because your higher self has you on a different time to do the transmission for your particular grid point. So it's much better for you just to surrender and just trust and hold space.
There's a magic box under Uluru.
Oh, is there a magic box under Uluru?
Ancient prophecy.
Oh, I
from the
didn't
elders.
know that. Maybe I'll have to learn a bit more about that before we go opening it. Uluru. Over 300 souls here to do this monumental healing. The box of goodies. Hi, Jen and Liam. The magic box. Oh, we can work with the magic box for the 21st of December solstice transmission. Just see if there's any more messages. Blessed was all coming together. Oh, that's nice. Are we working open the box? That's brilliant. So, brothers and sisters, thank you all so much for hearing the call. I am going to be going in very, very shortly. So now would be a very good moment to pass me that and find yourself in a very, very comfortable position. Because we are about to go in and we are about to do this absolutely massive work for our brothers and sisters, particularly the first responders, particularly this next wave of divine unions.
You've got this.
Is that too loud?
Easy peasy. That's
Okay. So just inviting everyone now to please close your eyes and begin to take some deep breaths. Taking some deep breaths, breathing in through your navel center. And as you breathe out, relaxing your shoulders. On the next out breath, just relaxing your jaw. And bringing your awareness to all the places that your body is in contact. Bringing your awareness to the places where your body is in contact with the floor or the chair. Deeply allowing yourself to be supported. On the next out breath, visualizing a grounding cord coming out of your root center. With each out breath, send your grounding cord deep into the core of Mother Earth. And like a golden snake, visualize it wrapping itself tightly around the core of Mother Earth. Grounding you, anchoring you, stabilizing and attuning your frequency to that of Mother Gaia. With each out breath, keep sending your grounding cord deeper and deeper. Remembering that underneath the earth goes many, many miles. We can send our grounding cord miles down into the earth as we really, really ground our energies with the core of the earth. Each out breath, keep sending your grounding cord deeper and deeper. And now get a sense that just underneath your grounding cord, there is your Earth Star chakra. And just notice now that your Earth Star chakra is beginning to spin. And it is spinning in a clockwise direction. And as it spins, it is emitting crystalline codes and crystalline frequencies that, like a straw, like a vacuum, your grounding cord is absorbing these crystalline codes and pulling these codes up through your grounding cord. Just breathe in these crystalline light particles now. And as you breathe out, just allow this waterfall above your crown chakra to spill forth these beautiful crystalline light codes. And notice as they travel up through your spinal column, they transform into rainbow plasma light. And as they descend from your crown chakra, it is like golden powder, like rainbow plasma, golden powder. And just notice now how this powder is filling up your auric field. And notice now that your whole entire outer vessel is being surrounded by this crystalline powder. And notice how your skin is sucking it in and is absorbing these crystalline light codes. And these crystalline light codes are now beginning to interact with your own DNA. And they are sending messages and information to your DNA to transform from 2 strands to 12 strands, to come out of its dormant phase to its fully masterful, activated state. Just allow this dance of the crystalline particles and your DNA locks. They're like locks and keys that are now meeting and merging. And as these crystalline light codes connect with your DNA, they are transforming each DNA strand from 2 strand to 12 strand. Just notice your whole entire vessel now is becoming illuminated and enlightened as a full 12 strand activated DNA crystalline vessel. And just take a moment now in your mind's eye to look at your skin and notice that your skin is very, very shimmering. It is emitting like glitter, like fairy glitter. And in your mind's eye, see yourself standing naked in front of a mirror and look at your body and just notice all of those crystalline light codes that are glistening away over your whole entire body. Look at your face, look at your cheekbones. Notice how this crystalline intelligence is shaping you. It's forming you into your higher self, into your most beautiful, exquisite version of yourself. Please take some deep breaths now to allow this divine process to be complete. Knowing that we are now working with the 9-9 energetics, which represent the energy of completion. 9 is the highest master number in the universe. And when we work with the energy of the 9, we create shift, we create transformation, we create endings, and we create new beginnings. And now just notice in your hand, in your dominant hand, whether that be left or right, you are carrying a golden piece of crystalline chalk. Please take a moment to draw a circle around yourself 3 times as you seal your own individual circle of completion on this auspicious day. And stand in your circle of perfection and completion in your naked glory, with your crystalline light form activated. Knowing that we are the forerunners of this transformation from carbon to crystalline. We are the forerunners. And as we ground these templates for ourselves, we ground them for the whole of humanity and for all future generations to come. Take a moment to really, really bask in the glory of your sealed circle. Please bring your hands in prayer position now to fully, fully seal this circle of completion within your own self, within your own mastery trajectory. This day marks a new moment, a new beginning. Taking our hands down, knowing that that circle has now been sealed. The golden circle of our sovereignty, of completion, has now been sealed. Bringing your awareness back to your breath, taking deep breaths through your navel center. Allowing all those higher frequencies to dance and mingle with your own carbon form. Knowing that the breath is what delivers these messages, delivers these new codes. So take some very, very deep cleansing breaths, directing this energy now, wherever it is needed. So if there's any part of your body that is in pain, or if there's any organ that needs attention, this would be a very, very good moment to visualize a lot of this crystalline powder packing that particular area, or packing around that organ, surrounding that organ with these sacred crystalline angelic frequencies. So please take a moment to address any area of vulnerability. And if it's warmth that you need in that area, send warmth. If it's cool energy that you need in that area, send cool energy now. But just work with this powder, work with this crystalline light powder to profoundly align your body to its perfect state of health and well-being. And now we have been fully prepared for the next stage of our journey. And we are all being asked now to visualize this whole entire group. There's 343 people on the call, and we have about another 100 people signed up to receive the recording. So altogether we have 444 people. So please visualize yourself standing with 444 of your brothers and sisters. And we are at Ayers Rock, Uluru, in Australia. And we are all dressed in white, and we are at the most powerful, potent spot just by the side of the rock, and we are making a very, very large circle, and we are all dressed in white, and our feet are bare. Take a moment to visualize yourself standing in this very, very powerful spot, arguably the most powerful spot on this earth. So visualizing yourself standing there at Ayers Rock, holding hands in this very, very powerful starseed light circle. All holding hands, just feeling that union and feeling that connection with each other. Knowing that we are right there, we are right here in this place, in our light forms. And as we are standing in this great circle, you notice now that there is a family of Aboriginal elders who begin walking towards us. And they seem to have come out of the rock. There seems to be some kind of opening within the rock. And we very clearly understand that these are the guardians, these are the guardian elders of Ayers Rock. So please take a moment to just observe. There are about 5 or 6 elders who are now walking towards our group. And please observe that behind them there are 2 Arcturians. And one of the Arcturians is very, very, very tall. And one of the Arcturians is very, very, very short, like 3 feet. And one of them is about 7 or 8 feet. So just notice now that this beautiful energy is making its way towards our circle. And at this moment in time, the Aboriginal elders, they come and they join our circle. And they bring these Arcturian elders as well. And one of them is very tall and one of them is very short. And we all just stand there holding hands, just knowing that we've all been called from the Galactic Federation of Light to show up for this ceremony at this time, at this place. To feel the excitement of knowing that you have fulfilled your destiny. At this point, one of the beautiful elder Aboriginal women, she walks towards you. And as she comes, she stands in front of you and she holds your face. And as she holds your face, she offers her third eye to your third eye. And she's asking you now if you will receive this blessing. She has a completely and utterly open, powerful, cleansed and aligned pineal gland that has stayed clean and pure since the beginning of time, since the beginning of creation. And she asks you now to receive this flame of this perfection, the perfection of this pineal gland. So please take a moment to say yes or no, whether you would like to receive that. Most of us have said yes, all of us have said yes. And in that moment she offers forward her third eye, her forehead. And she beckons you to place your forehead against her third eye. And as your foreheads just are about 1 millimetre apart, you notice that she sends forth a flame. With her intention, she sends forth a white flame. And this white flame, it's like a white dragon almost. It holds the energy of the crystalline dragon. And she blows this white flame into your pineal gland on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And as she blows this white flame, just notice it is going on a perfect trajectory, and it is now finding its way absolutely with profound perfection. It is now finding its way into your own pineal gland. So just take a moment to allow your pineal gland to receive these highest codes of clarity. And just take a moment now to observe your pineal gland. There's like window screen wipers that have been activated. They're like very, very tiny, beyond that you can't even measure how small they are. But these window screen wipers now are almost frantically washing your pineal gland of all of the dust, of all of the lies, of all of the false programming that has kept you hidden from your divinity. Notice that the Aboriginal woman is smiling. She's almost laughing. She's just filled with so much joy, knowing that you are receiving this powerful darshan, this powerful blessing from her. On the count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. Just notice now the final swoop of the window screen wipers cleans off a massive dross of static dust that is connected to your ancestral lineage. And as this final dross is cleansed from your own pineal gland, notice that there is a violet flame now which activates at the base. It creates like a circle of fire which is now cleansing and transmuting all of that dust. The count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. Notice now that the violet flame dissipates and is removed. It's gone now. And just take a moment to visualize your pineal gland as prior to this activation, prior to this upgrade, it was like a pine cone which was very, very tightly sealed. Now, after this process, after this activation, your pineal gland is like a pine cone that is fully and completely open. So please just take a moment to just visualize all the space that can move through those individual pines within the pine cone. And get a sense now of your pineal gland expanding. She's working now to expand your pineal gland, which is going to give you extra visionary powers, extra healing powers. She starts working with her hands just around your shoulder energy, around your shoulder area. She's giving you the healing of your entire evolutionary life. On the count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. She claps her hands and she looks you deep in the eye with the joy of a child, with the happiness of a child. She looks at you and she's so happy because we did it. You did it. You showed up for the work. You did it. Feel her joy. Feel this beautiful elder's joy. She is probably the most powerful healer on the earth right now. And know how auspicious it is for you to meet her. At this point, she brings her hands in prayer position and she bows to you, which communicates to you that this healing is now complete. At which point she turns around and she walks back to join the rest of her tribe. As she joins the rest of her tribe, the 2 Arcturians now come into the very, very centre of our circle. We are making a circle of the 444 souls. And just take a moment to bask in the presence of these beautiful, glorious beings who are filled with such joy, such intelligence, such wisdom, such power. They have very, very large skulls. As the two Arcturians now come into the very, very centre of our circle, you notice that the tall Arcturian is carrying like a long stick, like a teacher who holds like a stick that they point to. And at this moment, the tall Arcturian raises their hand up in the air and raises their stick up in the air and lifts their hands to the sky. And at that moment, a holographic vision of the Earth's collective pineal gland is brought forth from the higher realms and is exposed to all of us. And it looks like a rubbish site. With processed food, pornography, violence, abuse, the collective pineal gland has been heavily, heavily, heavily abused. And we are being shown that right now. So just take a moment to observe. But you notice within that, because it's very, very tight and it's very, very closed as well, we're being shown a pine cone that's very, very tight, that has attached to it all sorts of pollution, toxicity, what we spoke about. Just take a moment to really observe what you are being shown. And within this pineal gland, there's a lot of what's going on within the oceans. A lot of the pollution in the oceans is weighing heavily on our collective pineal gland. A lot of the plastic, a lot of the pollution in the oceans is holding up the ascension on some level. And we're being shown that right now. At this point, we are being shown that one of our most favourite and beloved ascended masters is making his way out of that opening in Aya's rock. And we all look, we're all being pointed and shown him, and we can see that it's Saint Germain is coming towards us. And Saint Germain is the guardian of the violet flame, the flame of cleansing and transmutation. So just take a moment now to observe our beautiful brother Saint Germain, this powerful ascended master who is responsible for cleaning up so many dimensional realms. Just take a moment to welcome Saint Germain into the circle. And he's very, very tall. He's in his ascended master form. And he comes forward and he stands right next to the Arcturians. And as he's standing there, he lifts up his right hand and he clicks his fingers. And in that moment, he activates a lotus violet flame. So a beautiful lotus-shaped violet flame opens now just at the base of this tight, polluted pineal gland of the collective. And he asks us now to all send out a hum, send out a tone, send out light language, work with our singing bowls. But we are all being asked now to work with sound in order to cleanse and transmute our collective pineal gland. So please, if you work with singing bowls, if you work with light language, just take a moment to work with your intention to send forth the violet flame.
intermingling with the violet flame, and they are sending the violet flame to all the areas within the collective pineal gland. And as this is occurring, as all of our sound codes are intermingling with the violet flame and bringing the violet flame into all the different areas to open and to cleanse, notice now that the whole tribe of Aboriginal elders, they come forward and they are holding these fans, and they all make a circle around the collective pineal gland and they start fanning it really vigorously. And they are sending out their own Aboriginal light language. And they are telling us that they couldn't do this work without us. They were waiting for humanity to arrive at this level of consciousness so that this work could be completed, that our timelines are merging. They are communicating this to us. This was written in the stars, brothers and sisters. And at this point you notice that the violet flame, as they're fanning it so vigorously, please notice that the violet flame is now becoming white. It is becoming a silvery white, and all of the flames, they're making their way through this closed pine cone, and they are opening that pine cone, and they are causing all of the pollution, all of the evil, all of the toxicity to be cleansed. And this is occurring at the very, very core of the pineal gland, where this beautiful white crystalline liquid is being sent forth now. And this is upgrading the collective pineal gland. So we are all now being asked to send one more boost of sound intention. Just notice how the violet flame has attracted all of the dross, and it is now gone, it is now vanished. And the white silver energy is working on the upgrade. We're on the upgrade now. It's being polished. And as this white nectar works through the very core of the pineal gland, on the count of 3, the closed pine is going to open. 1, 2, 3. Please observe now, this collective pineal gland has now been completely and utterly cleaned. It has been cleansed, and it has gone from a closed state to a fully open state. Please observe this in your mind's eye. At this point, the Arcturian elders, they come forth, and they have a cloth and some polish, some higher dimensional polish. And they're just coming along, and they're going to give the collective pineal gland a final polish. And notice now that as they are working on it, it is becoming shiny. It is transforming from a matte finish to a fully shiny finish. Please observe this. On the count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. At this point, the collective pineal gland, which is a pine cone, is suddenly released into the atmosphere. And just observe now as this very, very large collective pineal gland, which is now cleaned, which is now open, which is in its fifth dimensional pristine state. Please observe now how it's just being magnetized to hover above Ayers Rock, Uluru. It is there now, it is above the very, very center of Ayers Rock, and it is beginning to send light rain. Light rain now is pouring upon Ayers Rock. And this is activating all of the elemental beings, all of the guardians of Ayers Rock are now coming out to play. And we're referring to the mythical beings, the Fae, the fairies, all of the elemental beings, the pixies, the elves, all the guardians of nature who have been hibernating because of the vibration of the earth. Please observe how this light rain is sending messages to all of the elemental beings at Ayers Rock. And there is a party, there's an elemental party now which is taking place all around the rock. Just notice how this beautiful, clean pineal gland now stands proud, stands tall in its rightful place in the very core of Gaia. This very, very fundamental core point on the earth. And we are being told that this is where the collective pineal gland will reside in its cleansed form. And so we are really leaving it home now. And just take a moment now to notice that all of the Aboriginal elders are bowing. They are bowing and they are saying thank you. And they are doing their Aboriginal dance of gratitude. Because they could not have done this without us. There is no way on God's earth they could have done this without us. Notice now that they're going into a dance, they're going into a gratitude dance, which is highly coordinated. And it's sending pulsations into the earth that these new codes have been achieved. So take a moment to observe this spectacular dance, which is sealing this circle of completion at Ayers Rock. A moment to really, really observe the resting place of the collective pineal gland. This is where it lives now, and this will send the necessary codes to every single sacred site on the earth. All of the chakra points on the earth will receive these new light codes as we anchor this intention in Uluru. Please know that this aspect of the ceremony is now complete. And we have achieved far more than what was originally intended for us to achieve. Please know that. Mm. At this point, the Aboriginal elders all go back into the circle, and the two Arcturian elders, they stay in the centre of the circle. And at this point, again, the tall Arcturian with their very, very long stick reaches their hand up to the air, and as they point their stick to the air, they pull down a holographic cinematic screen. And in this holographic cinematic screen, we are being shown what has been taking place all around the world in the deep underground military bases. And they're showing us very, very large amounts of information, but we're receiving it instantly. It's like a download. They're showing us and we're just receiving it. We're being shown the tunnel systems. We're being shown how deep they go. We're being shown how complex they are. They're not showing us the dark, nefarious activities. That's not for us to see. But they're showing us how far and how complex these systems are. And we are now being highlighted that there is a man, there is a soldier. In fact, there's 3 of them, but there's one who's leading. And we are being shown that this soldier can hear a child crying or a noise, and this soldier is following this noise. And so we're being asked to stay with this soldier. We're being asked to all bring our presence with him, knowing that he is symbolic of all of the first responders, that we're going to be working with his higher self, and his higher self is going to feed that back to every single first responder on this earth. So we are being shown now as the fear is rising in him, but there's also excitement because he knows he's going to rescue a child. And at this point, we're being shown that he's taken into a place of darkness that is beyond the word black, beyond the word dark. It is so dark that it's beyond dark. Utter blackness. And we're being shown that they have to stay in the blackness because the light is very dangerous for the children. We're now being shown that there is a child that is wearing hardly any clothes, that is against a very, very cold wall with it's like a potato sack wrapped around them. And this child has never ever seen the light of day. And so this child doesn't have skin like we have. And so please just notice now, this first responder, feel his joy and his excitement as he knows that he's rescued a child, he's found a child, it's a little boy. And just observe him now as he walks slowly, really, really tentatively, and really, really slowly towards this boy, because it seems as though he is trapped. It's not as simple as what they thought. He's tied up or trapped. And at this point, he just gets to within about a metre of where the boy is. And at this point, the small Arcturian now makes his way into this scene. And he stops the first responder. And he holds him. And he holds his hands. And he telepathically explains to him that he has come to give him power and energy from the higher galactic realms. And he asks the first responder to please open up his palms. As the Arcturian now places his palms above his palms, and he now begins to send waves of angelic power, waves of angelic love, waves of God consciousness, of the truth of God consciousness into this soul. And please observe how the soldier has gone from being black, all in black, to as the Arcturian's working on him, he's becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. And in fact, he's becoming golden. And the Arcturian is specifically working on him, and he's creating an armour, a shield of armour, a golden shield of armour that has been created by God to protect the souls of all of the first responders, to protect them from these sites destroying their lives forever and ever. So please take a moment to observe how the Arcturian holds his palms over the palm of the soldier, and he is forming this etheric golden shield, this etheric golden suit of armour around him, and it is really, truly the armour of God. And notice now that he's coming around and he's working with his spine, and he's sending power and strength into his spine. He's working with his base chakra. And he's sending in powerful energy, powerful codes to make him strong and make him mighty as he does this work, this great work for God. Notice now that as the Arcturian is working with this first responder, he is working so hard and so deeply with this first responder and activating his higher angelic codons within his own self. Please observe now that the first responder begins to sprout golden wings. And just, we're going to take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to allow those wings to expand. Breathing in. Please notice now these wings are getting bigger and bigger and more angelic and more powerful. And they are sending the first responder waves of bliss, waves of God remembrance, waves of oneness, waves of truth. And the Arcturian comes forward, and he actually is doing a very powerful light language transmission now. At this point, we are being shown that the first responder's eyes become very, very bright and very, very illuminated. And he communicates very clearly to the Arcturian that he holds the power of God now. He holds and embodies the power of God, and he can do this. And now, the short Arcturian just takes a moment to ensure that this is a template that will apply to every single soul that signed up to be a first responder with regards to rescuing the children and the adults that have been trafficked, human trafficked. So just please take a moment now to just observe the Arcturian as he's holding this intention that this template is going to be applied to every single first responder. At this point, the Arcturian steps aside. His work is now complete. Utterly brilliant work. And at this point now, the soldier is able to really, really go forward now. And just please observe how the soldier and his team, who are all carrying this golden armour of God with fully activated angelic wings, working with the Archangel Michael, all these first responders working with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael as a combination. Just notice now that the Arcturian has stepped aside, and these soldiers are going to go in now and they're going to rescue that baby. So on the count of 3, they're going to pull out their tools. They're going to set this child free. 1, 2, 3. Notice now that the first responder is carrying this baby, this young boy. And the team now are beginning to make their way out of the rescue place. And just see the shot, just see the soldier just holding this boy so tenderly. See the soldier just humming to him that everything's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. Knowing that there is barely any life left in this beautiful soul. But just get a sense now as they move through the tunnels that great, great help is coming. And that they don't have to walk all the way back miles and miles, because just as they reach a certain point, a vehicle arrives. And it's a golden vehicle arrives. And just visualise now the 3 responders getting inside the vehicle, the golden vehicle with the boy. And they're being driven out now. And as they drive out now, please observe those angelic wings. And please notice now, as the vehicle makes its way from the underground tunnels through the
through the opening back up onto the earth level. Just notice that the vehicle's very, very dark for the child, and the child now is being taken to a place where there are many, many doctors and nurses and guardians and angels, human angels, that are there to tend to this soul. So just notice how the first responders are dealing with this child with such tenderness, grace, but they're not breaking, they're able to hold it together. They know there are so many thousands, even millions more children to rescue, and they know they can do it. They have so much power now. Notice now that we are being shown this small child is being taken to a very, very safe, angelic healing place, and he's being guided on a stretcher. His eyes are fully covered, and he's being taken into this dark healing space. And as the first responders hand him over to the nurses and the doctors who are going to be looking after him, please take a moment to observe those nurses and doctors that are shimmering with their golden armour, that are shimmering with their golden wings, as we know we have empowered our brothers and sisters who signed up for this role. And that they are smiling and they still have hope. They still have hope. And take a moment just to observe that child now being taken into his healing journey. And he's being taken into a very, very beautiful healing space where there's actually a med bed. All of these children will have first access to the med beds. And these med beds will restore these children on every single level, and will erase all of their horrific memories, just like a computer program can be wiped. These med beds will wipe these traumatic memories from our beloved babies who were stolen. So take a moment now to observe that these med beds they're actually working in dark. They've been specifically designed for the children. And instead of all being light, like fluorescent lights, it's all dark. So just please observe now how the angel nurses are tenderly placing him inside the med bed, and they're stroking his brow, and they're telling him that everything's going to be all right now. On the count of 3, we're going to close that med bed. 1, 2, 3. Just observe now how the med bed is closed. And it begins scanning the whole entire vessel, the whole bodily system of this little boy. And it scans 15 times. And as it goes up and down 15 times, it is re-correcting and perfecting and rebalancing every single aspect of this child. On the count of 3, this process will be complete. 1, 2, 3. At this point, the golden buzzer dings, saying that the session is complete on the med bed. The nurse comes forward and she opens up the med bed, and instead of seeing a child with translucent skin who's unable to speak, she sees a child with beautiful bluey green eyes, looking healthy and smiling at her and asking her telepathically, "What happened to me?" And the nurse saying, "Everything's all right now. You're home. We're going to look after you." Noticing how the little child jumps up and runs to the nurse and gives the nurse the biggest hug ever as the nurse hugs this little boy. And he's now dressed in beautiful white clothes.
And he looks so smart, and he looks so clean, and he looks all healed and healthy. Bringing our hands in prayer position to seal this knowing, seal this intention with our deepest hearts, that every single child that has been abused will receive this miraculous healing. And every single one of our first responders will receive this blast of powerful angelic love and support, and most of them will receive it in the dream time. And they're going to wake up tomorrow not knowing why they feel so powerful and so pumped up to do this. And they're going to be able to cope. They're going to be able to cope with what they see. At this point, we're being brought back to the realisation that we are being shown this on a screen and that this has all been played out. And this boy is free now. This boy is safe. And this boy is symbolic of all of the children that are being rescued. And we work with one member at a time. And as we work with one member, it applies to all the members, all the children, all the responders. At this point now, we are being shown that this holographic screen is becoming more and more translucent as we're being shown that the work is now complete. We truly, truly have done everything that we signed up to do and more. Way, way more. And just take a moment just to acknowledge that beautiful short Arcturian for his wonderfulness and glory, and for his power and strength and great humour and light they carry, and utter brilliance. Suddenly that holographic cinematic vision has now vanished. And we're back in Ayers Rock. And we're in our circle. And just look around the circle and know that we did it. And all the strength that we gave to our first responder brothers and sisters, we also gave to ourselves as well. And at this point, as we all stand back in our circle, we're standing in the circle with all of our Aboriginal elders, with the two Arcturians still standing in the very, very centre of the circle. And at this point, for the final time, the tall Arcturian lifts their large stick in the air, and as she lifts her stick in the air, all of a sudden a great and vast pillar of light descends down from the heavens. And it descends down into the very, very centre of our circle. And just get a sense now, as you stand in this great circle, opposite you in this circle stands your divine counterpart. So please now take a moment to visualise you and your divine counterpart now walking towards each other. Walking towards each other. The pillar of light is magnetising both of you. And just observe now as you and your divine counterpart stand about 1 metre apart, absorbed and subsumed by the pillar of light. Just notice now that your energies begin to merge in this 0 point field. As your two energies come together and become one energy that is absorbed within the 0 point field of the pillar of light. And just observe now how these two sacred energies spiral up the pillar of light, up and down the pillar of light. And as these two energies spiral, they become one spiral. As these divine souls, these divine unions anchor and merge in this 9-9 completion gateway, which is heralding the next wave of divine unions upon the earthly plane. knowing it is absolutely essential for these divine unions to anchor as we transition now into the next phase of our personal and collective healing. It is absolutely imperative that these unions anchor. So please take a moment now to observe you and your divine counterpart merging within the 0 point field, visualizing 2 spirals of light spiraling up and down the pillar of light, becoming 1 spiral of light. We're being asked now to visualize this golden pillar of light within our own spinal column. Visualizing this pillar of light, enlightening and activating our own 33 vertebrae within our own spinal column. And visualizing these 2 sacred energies, these 2 sacred Kundalini energies merging within you as these 2 spirals of energy become 1 spiral of energy as they spiral up and down the pillar of light. Please take 3 deep breaths to seal this. To seal this knowing in your deepest core. Bringing your awareness back into your hands, into your fingers. Knowing that we walk this path as awakened avatars. We walk this path as awakened galactic souls. Knowing that the ascended masters are our friends. The galactics are our family. There is no hierarchy and there is no separation. There is no beginning and there is no end. We are all awakened in this multidimensional multiverse. Please take 3 deep breaths to seal this knowing. Bring your hands in prayer position, taking a final moment to send a powerful prayer of intention that everything that we have visualized has manifested instantly in the timeline of now. Knowing that we are all receiving a specific darshan and blessing from Uluru. And there are many, many codes from that sacred land that are wanting to merge with our own etheric field. Bring our awareness to the tips of our fingers, tips of our nose, tips of our toes. To all my relations, and so it is. There's no rush, brothers and sisters, to come back to the room. Take your time to integrate. That's a very, very powerful ceremony.
The world needs angels, angels like you and me. angels, angels like you and me. The world needs angels, angels that are happy and free. The world needs angels, angels that are happy and free. Connect with angels, angels will connect with thee. Connect with angels, angels will connect with thee. Respect the angels, angels will respect me. The world needs angels, angels that are happy and free. The world needs angels, angels that are happy and free. I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all darkness into light. I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all darkness into light. Call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all suffering into joy. I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all suffering into joy. I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all poverty into wealth. Oh, I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all poverty into wealth. Call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all sickness into health. Oh, I call on the violet flame
transmute all suffering into health. I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all darkness into light. Now I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all darkness into light. There you go, guys. That's quite appropriate, wasn't it?
I took my plaster off midway through. I've ripped my finger.
Oh, honey bunny.
Anyway, halfway through the transmission, it was just getting a bit too much. To get rid of the band.
President Trump, I feel, is an aspect of Saint Germain. Yeah, definitely. I have chills running wild right now. That's wonderful.
On behalf of everyone, Jen, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Felt like I had a revelation about the gold. We know, don't we?
What about the gold?
Well, that's where all the gold's going, isn't it? It's to protect the children. Because gold stops radiation. It's used in space stations
Yeah?
up there.
Yeah.
And it's used to absorb radiation. So
Ah.
they're going to have taken it all from the moon, if it's all there. A lot of it's there. It's not.
Really?
But
There's gold in the
not
moon?
anymore, that's for sure.
I didn't know about
I
gold in
think
the
so, yeah.
moon. I didn't know about that.
Anyway, that's why they're using the gold, isn't it? And it's quite feasible to imagine golden cars.
Well,
The Queen has a golden carriage.
right. Well, we're working with the golden
So-
energy. It's the Trump energy, isn't it? That's really amazing. So gorgeous, beautiful singing, great music. Darlings, Liam and Jen. Wild News Angels like you two. Oh, guys. Oh, it's so lovely. Should we sing another song, guys?
I also realised that 5G and everything, it's going to be really great, to be honest. We've got nothing to worry about, that's for sure. Look at what we just did. And 5G and that
Album,
is
please.
just to prepare everyone for the radiation from the sun, ekpyrosis. That's kind of what.
5G's not coming though, hon.
Oh, it is.
What, bad for Hawaii 5G?
That'd be great.
No, it's going to be like 432. It's like
What's
the
your
Tesla
time?
Towers. So before we start, I just want to say that the next transmission is going to be the equinox, which is going to be the 22nd of September. So we've only got a couple of weeks now to sort of integrate and prepare, but it's going to be a really, really big one, and I've got really exciting stuff to share about that. That's my only real announcement. The QTT is going absolutely amazingly. It's like, I think it's the best experience of my life facilitating this. It's like, oh my God, this is the work that I literally signed up to do. And the feedback that I'm getting, I have never in my life received such phenomenal feedback from absolutely everyone. So I'm going to be doing that again at some point, another QTTT. And also I'm going to be doing a QTTT Plus soon, so that's very exciting. So the QTTT, which is quantum time travel technique, is basically about, you know, the sort of like the basic scaffolding of the technique. But then the QTT2 is where we really sort of like, you know, make it super fancy, working with this tool. So that's been going absolutely amazingly. The music's going amazingly. We're getting loads and loads of connections with the music. We're loving doing the interviews. We're having so many amazing connections. We're being contacted by loads of amazing people that want to come on our show.
There's a lot of TTs then, babe.
There's a lot of TTs, isn't there? I think they want the Goddess song, Honey Bunny.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It was coming.
It was coming, yeah. He's plastering up. Now, what else was I going to say? God wants to sign up. Good, wants to sign up for QTTT. Yeah. So I'll do it again. I'll just finish this one. It's been a real interesting journey doing it. I've absolutely loved it, and I know for a fact this is the work that I signed up to do, was this sharing these healing modalities. So I look forward to going on the next journey with the next group. It's been amazing. Woohoo! Oh, I highly recommend doing this again, guys, because there will have been stuff that you missed out on.
and we always get loads out of the transmissions when we do them again. I used to always do them twice. Since I've been with Liam, we get a bit distracted, but I do recommend it to do it twice. It's amazing, the QTT family. Oh my god, it is. It's absolutely amazing. It is like, it's rocking my world big time, the QTT team, isn't it, hon?
Yeah.
It is rocking our world big time right now. It is amazing. Hi Patricia, what's the sky today? Are you done? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So sing along with us, guys.
When I wake up in the morning, I lay next to a goddess. When I'm stretching and I'm yawning, a brand new day is dawning. I adore my one and only. Thank God I'm not alone. She provides me with a home, a place that my soul knows. In the morning when I wake up, I lay next to a goddess. She is more than I could have dreamed of. She really is a goddess. She makes me laugh, she makes me smile, she makes my heart beat 1,000 times. You know it's true, she really is a goddess. When I wake up in the morning, I lay next to a goddess. When I'm stretching and I'm yawning, a brand new day's dawning, singing glory, glory, hallelujah. You're my ticket home to heaven. I know it's true. Thank God for you. I breathe a sigh of relief. I see what love can do. In the morning when I wake up, I lay next to a goddess. She is more than I could have dreamed of. She really is a goddess. She makes me laugh, she makes me smile, she makes my heart beat 1,000 times. You know it's true, she really is a goddess. When I wake up in the morning, I lay next to a goddess, and I brush my hair and I get dressed. No rush, no time to get stressed. I'm blessed to be protected by an angel, and baby, it's you. What would I do without you? How could I believe in me alone? A king, a throne, a queen, a rose. In the morning when I wake up, I lay next to a goddess. She is more than I could have dreamed of. She really is a goddess. She makes me laugh, she makes me smile. She fills my mind and she drives me wild. You know it's true, she really is a goddess. You know it's true. She really is a goddess. Yeah. You know it's true. She really is a goddess. You know it's true. She really is a goddess. You know it's true. She really is a goddess. When I wake up in the morning, I lay next to a goddess. She is more than I could dream of. She really is a goddess. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. She blows my mind and she drives me wild. You know it's true. She really is a goddess. You know it's true. She really is a goddess.
Oh my god.
How amazing is that song, guys?
So good. It's so good. It's going to go all around the world. We know it is. We've got a big mission. And thank you all for supporting us. And we are actually starting to record it now. And it's a very, very exciting journey what's going on with the music. And we're really asking our community to get behind us and support it, because this is New Earth music. This is music for the New Earth. And we have a beautiful vision of so many beloveds waking up in the morning, men singing this to their goddesses.
Yeah. And even
know?
even people already who don't have a partner, they're waking up. Someone commented saying 3 days in a row, as soon as they wake up, it's in their head. So,
Which is,
to tide them over for a bit.
so it'll keep them going while they're yeah, definitely.
It's proven.
Yeah, it's
Track
proven.
record.
Yeah,
It's already happened.
absolutely. So so when we do release it, we're going to ask for everyone's support to to get it out there to the masses, and it's going to be a tune, isn't it? Liam is an absolutely amazing songwriter, guys. Like the songs that he creates, it just blows my mind. You blow my mind and drive me wild, sweetie pie.
Oh my god, guys. Right, end video. Bye. No, I was joking.
Aww. So thank you, Liam, for your musical gifts.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for finally enabling it. Oh my god, it's been a long time.
Yeah. And
This is it then.
definitely. So we were getting quite a lot of comments as you were playing, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, sign me up for the QTT. Please put me on the waiting list for the second one." And Buttercup commented that she'd love to join, and I would just like to say that Buttercup, I think you would get so much out of it. It is such a powerful healing modality. It is the absolute mother healing modality on the earth right now. And so for any facilitators and any healers that are working with clients, it's just beyond the bee's knees. It really, really is, for in terms of actually getting the job done and cracking the nut of healing, because sometimes it's such a hard shell to break through into that place of softness and healing. But this technique, it cuts through the nut, it just cracks it, and it's like you're in that place of newness and all that. So that's really, really exciting, guys. You have my support. I cannot wait. Smoking Hot, beautiful. Thank you so much. Love your music. Pippi Lota says lots of love. You're so great together. Bali. Yep, I'd love to go to Bali. So I think that's about it. We've got any more announcements, Honey Bunny?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think we have. The next transmission, I am open to doing like interviews if anyone has got like a podcast or any radio show. I'm feel very cool to sort of like get myself out there, so I'm open to interviews and stuff like that. That's it. I want to know more about QTTT. That's fine. It's called the Quantum Time Travel Technique, and it's basically working with the principle that
that we all, when we sign up into the Matrix, we all experience post-traumatic stress disorder because everyone's asleep, our family's asleep, the system's asleep, everything's asleep, and so it creates a lot of trauma in us as angelic souls, and so we all have these horrific experiences within the Matrix that cause our sensitivity to really, really shut down, and can cause us to freeze. Our evolutionary process just kind of like freezes itself, and it kind of goes on a loop, like a track record. So when we have traumatic experiences, unless we actually heal those traumatic experiences, they stay stuck on a timeline, like a loop, like a track record loop. So this technique is about going into those track record loops and actually changing it and shifting it so that aspect can be completely and utterly freed. And so when we do that, we come into the vibration of wholeness, because while we have these fragmented aspects of ourself that are frozen, we're not in the alignment and the vibration of wholeness, and that disempowers us, and it makes us weak, and it makes us, not awake to our true self. And we're all here to really, really awaken to our true self, and we do that through healing these frozen aspects. It's a kind of like a soul retrieval work, you could say, but it's absolutely essential to do this retrieval work and to unfreeze these parts, or to untangle those very, very deep knots, very, very deep mother knots within our psyche and within our emotional experience. So I am training everyone to facilitate these healing sessions whereby we can start healing our brothers and sisters of our core trauma. So that's it, basically, in a nutshell. I thought I explained that quite well, actually. Not bad. I'm getting quite good at explaining it, so that's good. Best song ever, thank you. And it works so beautifully, it really, really does. I have had the most phenomenal experience with clients working with this. It's just mind-blowing. What?
Buttercup's got a connection.
What do you mean she's got a connection?
A musical connection.
Oh, have you? Oh, how exciting.
So,
okay, guys, well, we really, really love you all, and thank you so much for being on this journey. We've got 199, which is quite appropriate, it being the 99. So we'll end on that. We've got 199 on the call. Oh, we've got 23 now.
Right, 4 of you. No, I'm joking.
Okay, guys, listen, whoever has commented that they're interested in going on the pre-book list for the next QTT, please can you just message me, and I'll put your email on the pre-book list. That's what I did last time. I just got a pre-book list and I just did it like that. So I think that's it. Thank you so much, beautiful brothers and sisters. We can't wait to be with you for Solstice, and no doubt you're going to hear from us quite a lot. I've got a round table, Divine Feminine round table with Magenta Pixie and Paula O'Connor and some really other amazing women on Sunday. I'm going to be doing another round table with Magenta Pixie, Liam and Becky Parks, who's the partner of Simon Parks. And we're going to be doing a podcast with Charlie Freak, hopefully Colleen and myself and Liam. And we've got another exciting podcast. I think that's it for now. That's enough to keep us all going, isn't it? Alright, guys. What is the next date? So the next date is, we're going to do the equinox, which is, I believe it's the 22nd of September. So that will be the next transmission. So thank you all, beloved. We love you so much.
Bye, everyone.
God bless you. Thank you so much for doing this work. I'm so, so grateful to every single one of you. I really, really am. Thank you. We did it. Victory to the light.
Consider it's World War III. It's not that bad.
It's wonderful. We're
Good work
doing
out there, guys.
amazingly. I love you all.
On the front line.
Oh God.